Yo, episode 82 of the Audio Slate podcast coming at you right now. I'm here as always with Anthony and Nate. How you boys doing?
Ooh, best day of the week. Gonna be selfish, like I always say, but ready to nerd out with you guys.
Hell yeah, man. We had us. We also had a guest, Tone.
We did.
Take us away.
We had Spose, one and only Spose. He was on with us way back last year, around now, episode 29. Go back and listen to that for his backstory, more of his kind of history and music, all that fun stuff. But tonight, we talk about his new album. We talk about the show he played in Bangor about a week ago. We talk about P-Dank Xmas coming up down the road, which you'll hear, I think, at the second half of this episode. And man, we get into the top 10 Kanye albums. We go through all of Kanye's releases, 10 through 1. We each give our rankings. We give our reasons why. We talk about it. We nerd out. We do what we always do. We have tangents. It's a blast. You guys will love this. Part 1 right now, albums 10 through 6 for us, is coming at you right here.
She told me I'm a hypocrite. I told her that's accurate. You right. She told me I'm a hypocrite. I told her that's accurate. All night. Self-proclaimed king of Maine. You don't live in Wells. Heard you smoked it all. It didn't help. Every song lies on.
All right, we are here with Spose. How you doing, man?
Great, man. So happy to be back on one of my favorite podcasts.
Well, that means a lot coming from you. We appreciate that. You are a podcaster on top of being an MC and a label owner and all that fun stuff, which we covered in our first episode with you way back on episode 29, a little over a year ago. Yeah, go check it out.
We were just talking off air about how it's been a year. A year flew the fuck by. Sorry, I'm already swearing right up.
No, you're good. You can say fuck. We're okay with it.
I'll
edit it later. Man. It did. It went by fast, and you've been busy since then. So you've got an album coming out. This is going to drop Monday, October 4th. So in 2 weeks or so, your album drops, which is kind of wild. Talk a little bit about that, man.
Oh yeah, thanks for asking. So yeah, around the last time I was on here, I thought I was about done with the album. You know, when I was talking to you last time, because it's a double album, you know, and I worked on it all through quarantine, and even previous to quarantine, I had been in the studio with Spose and the Humans, you know, the band of, you know, legends, and then me. And so last year I thought I was going to be done with it. Took me a whole nother fucking year of about 6-7 more months before I could really put a link out there to the world. And yeah, I'm real proud of it. I'm real proud to have accomplished the double album. I mean, I could physically just looking at it right here.
Nice.
The nostalgia of the double album, just like, I mean, obviously Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, you know, Life After Death, Biggie Smalls, you know, those are two of my favorite thick double discs. I never really respected the fold out double disc.
Ooh, good call. I love that. We talked about that 2 weeks ago, last week, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep,
it's just okay, you know, but I wanted this, you know, and I'm so happy to be able to like hold it in my hands and see it. And for me, man, that's really the big, I just realized this is the prototype one I fake made at the Copy Center, because I opened it up and it has The Cure.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Disintegrated inside.
That's nerdery right there, folks.
That's some nerd. Yeah, I had to make a mock-up one to take photos of before I had them. But yeah, so I mean, basically it's half rock album, half rap album. And it really also storyline wise, like the story of the album, it's 2 discs, but it's one story, you know, even though it's a rock album and a rap album, it's really about, you know, the rock album is... It's called, you know, the album's called Get Rich or Die Ryan, but disc 1's called Get Rich and disc 2 is called Die Ryan, because disc 2 is when I become Spose, essentially.
Nice.
You know, right at the end of disc 1, you hear this song Shining, and then the radio dial switches from like WBLM to Red Hot 95.9 WRED.
No way.
Oh, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
DJ John interviewing me the first time I ever got interviewed on the radio, and he's like, got my man Spose in the house. Spose, how we doing? And then boom, disc 2, I become Spose, basically.
That's awesome.
Sick.
And so, you know, just stylistically to pull off the, you know, I'm kind of obsessed with like the last 3 or 4 albums have all been pretty storyline driven as far as, or at least thematically. You know, We All Got Lost, the last full album I did on my own, was all about us. You know, it was all about us and how we cope with our 20s and all the, you know, the rabbit holes and the moments you feel cocky and confident and the moments you want to kill yourself and so on and so forth. And then this album's really about me and trying to figure out how to coexist as one person who is both a suburban dad at this point, even though I started out as like a suburban, kid, and then simultaneously being this like nationally known rapper, and how do I reconcile all that, and what are the good sides of that, and what's the conclusion at the end of seeing it all. And so, yeah, I'm real proud of it. And just musically, it's adventurous as fuck. There's really very few things that sound like exactly like anything I've ever made before, A, and B, I don't think any of it really sounds like anything anybody's doing right now.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. But what we've heard so far, anyway, there's what, six songs out now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, as of today, which we're recording now, Wednesday last week. So yeah, 6 songs out, and you're right, it's all over the map, but in a good way. Like, it doesn't feel like, to me anyway, and this is, we were going to talk about it probably anyway if you didn't come on, but it's adventurous, but I love it. Like, I'm excited for the rest of it.
Thank you.
Hey, can you make merch with the Spose death metal logo? Are you?
Oh, he got up, guys. He got up.
Oh my God, I need it.
Oh,
yes.
hell yeah.
I need it.
It's dropping tomorrow. I just didn't have the music video finished today. It's dropping, either tomorrow or the next day. And when I drop it, I'm going to drop the merch.
Oh, that's awesome.
With this logo, I like, my wife couldn't grasp how excited I was to have my own metal logo. But man, this shit, he's the dude I hired to do it for me, sent it to me. I was like, what if we put some moose antlers on it?
It's brilliant. I kept dissecting it, and I'm like, this keeps getting better and better and better.
And the symmetry of, obviously I love the symmetry of the metal logos anyways, but yeah, definitely dropping that merch. Thank you. It'll be out by the time they hear this.
Yeah, so go buy that, right? SposeMusic.com.
Yeah, correct. Great work.
And it's to accompany the song Metal Band, which you just dropped last night. Well, when this drops, it'll be about a week ago, but
Yep.
Great song, great feature, who I hadn't heard the artist that you featured on it, but it was awesome. Like, I'll be checking out his stuff too.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. Whether you're the featured artist or you're putting on somebody you really like. I really like that kid, Jarv. And I found him initially through a Facebook, I think like a Facebook. I don't know if he paid for an ad or someone shared it or whatever. I just saw him rapping on Facebook years ago. And He was rapping and making a beat at the same time, doing this really fast, kind of, super fast rapping. And I was like, this guy is great. And he just had like a positive, there's something about him that attracted me to him, just, his vibe. And so I was really happy to finally connect with him on this song. And we're going to drop the video, which I think will probably be out by the time this podcast comes out. And I'm so proud of it because it allowed me to capture his vibe in this video and me maybe in a different vibe than I've been able to put out. And so I'm really happy with, and I really appreciate you guys checking the songs, man. That really means a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking music coming out all the time. So
The At the Drive-In reference, that's money.
Yeah, right. I knew you'd pick up on that.
Yeah.
I rewrote the lyrics to that like many, many times to try to make it as fun as Jarv's part. And I never took that line out.
Nice.
I was just stubbornly determined to keep in a reference to Mars Volta and At the Drive-In in my
Brilliant.
in my rap song.
And that's why we like you, because that's the type of stuff that we pour over and hear and like, oh man, did he just say that? All right, I know who those bands are. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I think that also I tried to kind of, on the rock side of it, I try to reference rappers, and on the rap side of it, I try to reference rock bands because I really am trying to. It really is like an attempt to kind of make sense of myself, is kind of the album. And that, that song with Jarv is an example. And then the other song on it is this song Civ on that double, because I've been doing the 2 singles because I just don't think people have the attention span for a double album, so I want to highlight some joints. And then, so that other song Civ is a song I laid down, me and the band recorded on the floor at the Halo in Wyndham with no overdubs.
Oh, wow.
That's the song.
That's awesome.
And I just felt like it was so visceral and so powerful. I was like, we just fucking actually, there is one overdub. It's I have a whispered vocal. I had to go do that somewhere where there was no cymbals ringing in the background. But
sweet.
But yeah, and I will say I was afraid to make songs like that. Like that song, like basically that song's about like the hook of that song is I can't stop feeling like I'm not enough. It's like a pretty like I guess emo, but not like, it's like an emotional like dark thing to say almost, but I think it's like a powerful song because it like I felt like enabled to say something like that, and right. I felt like I could say that because shortly after last time I was on with you guys, it was the 25th anniversary of Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. And so there were all these interviews coming out and even people digging up old Pumpkins interviews. And there was this one where it might have been Spin Magazine or Rolling Stone when the Pumpkins were on the cover, and they asked him, it was like the end of the interview, and they were like, they quote the line in Zero where like, emptiness is loneliness, loneliness is cleanliness, cleanliness is godliness, and God is empty just like me.
Just like me.
They're like, do you feel that all the time? They said that to Billy Corgan. He goes, no, I haven't felt that in like a decade. Like, but one day I felt it, and that means it's good enough for a song. And I was like,
yeah,
blew my mind, because I was like, oh, if you ever felt it, it's good enough.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to always feel it.
Sometimes I have fans who really worry about, like, they hear the lyrics, they're like, oh my God, it's like, you know, the last album had some joints that they were like, is he okay? Fuck this shit, I'm going home in the middle of the city, but I'm all alone, you know, like, is he gonna? And I was like, no, man, like, it was just, I felt so, you know, and also rap's a young man's game, and I'm now 36, so it's like, I can't always be just talking about my present day life.
Right.
And make it compelling and exciting. So it's like, I've definitely been in dark places and positive places. And I feel like this album allowed me to really have the room to explore them, you know, to their darkest, deepest, and brightest areas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's dope, man. And you were talking about the band too on the album. You guys just played a gig in Bangor, right? On the 25th, just recently?
Correct. Yeah. So
nice.
It was our first gig since we played like a drive-in show last September.
That's right.
Yep.
Which I think I just done when I talked to you guys last year. And I just, you know, I mean, I might have said this then, but I just fucking love playing music with those guys. I love playing with the band. Unfortunately, this is maybe news. Like, I don't think this has been, I haven't spoke about this publicly, but it's in like a little documentary I'm working on. But Derek, our drummer, has left the band. Which sucks so bad, because Derek is, you know, he's Jimmy Chamberlain. He's like my dream drummer. He's my favorite type of drummer. And so there's no animosity. It's not like this acrimonious thing. He's just, his wrists have kind of given out on him, and he's got to get some surgery and take it easy. So, you know, all love to Derek, but I'm thankful that he was able to play all over this album. The last thing he ever played on in our band was he played the drums on Hey Big Guy.
Nice.
Right before the last song on the album, last song we did for the album. So, you know, I'll be sad to not have Derek. And then another caveat of this show we just played is I didn't have KG Freeze because it was his CD release show that night. So we did what we called the Humans Trio with me, Dave Gutter, and John Rhodes, and backing tracks, basically. And unfortunately for everybody else, it went really well. So
you really slummed it, is what you're saying.
I really slummed it. It's Bangor, you know. No, I'm just kidding. I love Bangor, and you know, we did have a great time. But it was definitely a little unique. But I haven't played over a backing track set. Like, I haven't done like a DJ set, quote unquote, in maybe since 2017 or something. Wow. You know, so a long time. And I forget how big the songs pop with the crowd when the record drops, you know, like the exact sound they hear on the record, because we're an approximation of the sound you hear on the record as the band. So it definitely was something to think about. I think I might try to incorporate a little bit of that into the band show. But yeah, I was just so happy, man, to be Spose again, you know, is what I was saying to my wife. I was just so stoked to be able to go out and just be Spose, you know, and get to play the show. And I spent a lot of time memorizing songs that I knew by the back of my hand before, but like, no, it went off, man. It was super fun. Thank you for asking about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I got to ask, did you grow your hair out for the promo of the album?
So no, great question. I do love the album promo. I did film the promo the morning I was about to get my hair cut.
Nice.
I was like, I filmed several things that day that have not even come out yet. I was like, because I was trying to just show the two characters in a way, and that was the most stark way I had to do it. But then also the Hypocrite video has a little bit of that too, the long-haired, you know, talking to the short-haired me or whatever, you know. Yeah. You know, and it's trying to be Ryan and Spose. I just trying to paint a picture. But yeah, I've been doing a little video work, myself. So I knew I could pull off the green screen thing and a little bit of acting. I did a little role in a movie, got me gassed up on my acting skills. So.
Yeah. Well, when I saw it, I'm like, first of all, I'm ordering the album. Secondly, I'm retweeting this because it's fucking awesome. And I'm like, damn, I wonder if he grew his hair out. Cause you're the king of promo, man. You got the memory game for this. You had the iPhone game before. Like you're always coming at it with something different. So I'm like, I bet he fucking grew his hair out for this promo.
I'm not above that. I'm certainly not above that. I'm all promo all day. Somebody's got to be.
Yeah, I think you were the first to put out an album with an app to accompany it, and probably the first with a memory game. Like, I don't know anyone that's done that.
Yeah, I don't either. They will. Give it a year.
Oh, yeah, you were first, though. First is always good.
I do love it also, though, because it's like, as I play with it here, it's like visually so cool to see all the projects like as, little squares. And it's an idea I've had for a couple years. I just didn't know if I could pull it off. And then it really settled in on it because my son and I play memory like every day, and he just whoops me. He's so good. Like if I look away at the TV for one turn, that's it. He got me beat. Yep. And so, it's nice to play with him. And now he knows all my albums just because of memory.
Nice.
But I did sell a fuckload of them, man. And I'm very happy to ship them out in a couple days here.
Hell yeah. They're going out soon.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to get the record in my hands because I want to have it in the car, like put it in the CD player. That we grew up in the '90s, so we did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. That's the moment I envisioned was the day somebody really wants this, goes to get it and opens it up, and they're like, "Oh, there's 2 booklets. Oh, just the little things that like I really cared about. I don't know how much it resonates now, but like, you know what I was going for.
You got us. I mean, we're excited. So I'm sure we aren't the only ones.
Take Drake Scorpion. He didn't put that on a physical double album. No way.
Right.
I think they miss an opportunity, these guys, because I was just looking at the other day, when artists like re-release like 6 months later, they'll put out like the deluxe version, got like 6 more tracks.
Mm-hmm.
What I've noticed now is I think Lil Wayne was the first person I saw do this. The bonus tracks weren't at the end of the album. It was at the beginning of the album.
Wow,
that's cool.
And I was like, what? And then I looked at it, it's like 37 songs. I was like, why isn't they call this like a triple album? Like I'd be way more into it if it's, but then you're just giving me 37 things of the same. It's almost like, in my eyes, if it's just one album, if it's Scorpion, although Scorpion was 2 discs, wasn't it? It wasn't physical, but it was separated.
Yeah, it was separated. Yep, but not physical. Yeah.
It was like R&B leaning and then like rap leaning. I don't know, but I was just gonna go off on a Drake tangent. But
it's the Kanye episode, so you can't do that.
We have no room for Drake.
Yeah, they got beef. We're siding with Kanye tonight.
Checks over stripes. Come on now. Or stripes over checks. Stripes over checks.
Stripes over checks. There we go.
Yeah.